And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. First pitch coming your way next. And getting the start for the Red Sox, Ranger Suarez. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. A very athletic offensive group with speed spread throughout this offense.
Yeah, and it's so important that they have patient and quality at bats, because the key is to get on base. If they do that, then they can create a whole lot of havoc on the base paths, get runners around the score, and then that's going to get you some good pitches to hit as well. So a very athletic team, and we should be in for a treat in this one.
It's not the standard approach that we see in today's game, but it does work for them offensively. Chop to third. Murphy zips it across. Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone.
Batting third, the designated hitter, number 26.
Alan Flynn will hit next. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Popped up first base side. And that is that. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. Back after this on the show. We go to the bottom of the first. And starting for the Yankees, the right-hander, Garrett Cole. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
J.C. Escara now in the game as he takes over third. Also into the ball game, Trent Grisham. And man, they're asking a lot of him to play completely out of position. Stepping in, Brooke Bell. I think when you consider her as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If she can get on, that's going to give her one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Line into right center field. That's a base hit. So a runner on base to start the inning.
To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. She wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Tyler Soderstrom into the game now on defense, but in a strange way. This is not a position he's used to playing as far as we know. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying run. Absolute smash to left. And the Red Sox jump in front. It's 2-0.
His plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of there.
And there's a rocket into the outfield.
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So man aboard, and now the DH, Masataka Yoshida. sitting for the out. One away. As we check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boog. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
There's a line drive to left field. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in.
Second baseman, number 23.
So up next, Mike Connell. That's out to center field. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Out front, Rip Foul. On 2 outs. Well struck left field. And bangs out the wall.
Love how he just kept it simple there. Didn't come out of his mechanics. Nice tight swing, hard hit ball. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
So digging in, Carlos Narvaez.
Absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Yeah, here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change going. Garrett Cole is done in this one. And he leaves with the bases loaded, so he'll look for some help from his teammate coming in behind him. New pitcher for the Yankees, Brent Hedrick.
And he steps right into a bases-loaded jam where this game could kind of get blown wide open. Just needs 1 out to get out of it. So this is a huge matchup coming up.
This one is blasted. A no-hitter. Grand slam. It's their second home run of the inning, and they tack on to their lead. It's 7-0.
Great job here of staying within herself. You know that if you get a knock, you're going to drive in a couple. So stay focused on that. Well, she does more than just a knock. It's the grand slam, the drive in four. Really good job at play.
And with 2 down, Red Sox. The early lead. Brooke Bell, the next to hit. Oh, this is deep to left center. Way back there. On its way. Gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they boost their lead. She absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Bird. We knew it wasn't coming back. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Bird. And this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Swings and lines a base headed to left field, and the hits just keep on coming. so far. Liner snagged at first. So they bat around and score 8 times to take the lead. 1 inning in the books here. Red Sox 8 and the Yankees nothing. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Trent Grisham. Grisham, first-round pick of the Brewers in 2015. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. The 0-1. And that one fouled off. Suarez, a former All-Star, 30 years old now, and he was born in Venezuela. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for, a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Fought off foul. The 0-2. Out towards right center field. Abreu settles under this one. 2 away now.
Second baseman, number 13.
Here's the veteran second baseman, Harrison Lewis. And first offering is fouled off. This one smoked on its way out of here. A massive home run. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 8-1.
For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
This one in the air, center field. Rafaela under it. And that is that. The Yanks do get one on the solo homer. It's now 8-1. Back now and a new arm on the mound to start the bottom of the second, Paul Blackburn.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Leading off, Masataka Yoshida. 0 for 1 so far. Swings and sends a rocket to right. 1 up, 1 down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
For the Red Sox, center fielder,
Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can't forget it. A solo shot. And they add on. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Drew. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dinner. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
One down. Stepping in the long ball threat, Mike Connell. 1 for 1 with a single so far. There's a line drive to left field. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. And with 2 down, the Red Sox. The early lead, Carlos Narvaez up next. Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there, on its way, gone. A 2-run blast. Second home run of the inning for them, and they add to their lead. That one just sounded different.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the batsman carried it out of here.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Paul Blackburn gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Jake Bird taking over on the mound.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
And that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
She was ready to hit right there. You love how she just kept it simple there. Didn't come out of her mechanics. Nice tight swing, hard hit ball.
Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Brooke Bell. In the air, right field. Judge should have this one. And that is that. On to the 3rd inning, and stepping in for the Yankees, J.C. Escara. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Murphy. And there's one away.
Batting ninth, catcher Austin Wells.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Got it. Too long.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
And that is that. Yanks held in check. They trail by double digits, 11-1. As we go to the last of the 3rd. This lineup has been going off today. 5 homers so far as we take a look at the spray chart.
Yeah, and as you can see, Boog, they've been giving out some souvenirs for the fans in the left field bleachers. The pitching on the other side doesn't adjust. There might be more on the way.
here and blasts one left field. Going, going! Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 12-1.
We don't typically expect players to hit multiple home runs in the same game, but we're not talking about just anyone here. Absolutely locked in and continues to cash in with these swings.
Hammered down the line.
Could be extra bases. That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, they can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
And the batter now, Masataka Yoshida. Hit hard, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
On a line. And that's just foul.
Well, he gave that one a pretty good ride down the line, but it hooked just foul down in the corner. That could have been an easy double if it stayed fair.
First and second, no outs. All Red Sox in this one. This is smacked left field line. Grisham on the move, and he hauls it in.
Now batting, second baseman, number 20.
Now, Mike Connor. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That will carry him. That's not coming back. It's their second home run of the inning, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 15-1.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jake Bird out of the game. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, Tim Hill. Line drive, leaps and he's got it.
Timed it perfect. It's hard, I think, for those guys on the corners because, especially when it's a right-handed hitter for a third baseman, you don't see the ball all that well going through the zone. And if it's a left-hander, you got a better shot at it because you can see the ball going through, see the contact. And so that jump isn't always on time. Sometimes it's a little early, sometimes it's a little bit late, but that one was perfect.
He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Start of the fourth, and stepping in for the Yankees, Aaron Judge.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there, he owns the home plate area.
And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Man at second. Swinging a foul straight back. Here's the 0-2. Set down on strikes. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Well, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Now here's Trent Grisham right through there for a strike. Up the middle, and that's a base hit. Here comes the judge around third. He'll score. It's 15-2.
Now batting first baseman, number 19.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Takes it to the bag. That's one. Now he launches a throw over his head. And this ball is going to wind up out of play.
So many things have to go right to make these types of plays. You have to be able to process your positioning, the distance of the throw, and your target in just a few seconds. It's not always going to work out the way you want.
Lewis swings through it for strike one. Two outs with a runner at third. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well. And wow, that one is way out of here. His second home run of the game, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 15-4. Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's singing. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
No question about this one. It's out of here. They go back-to-back, and they cut into the deficit.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient and waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
So two down, J.C. Escara stepping in now for the Yankees.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So stepping in for Boston, Phoebe Murphy. She had a big swing for this team way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, she didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got her team going, and she's looking for more right here.
Ripped to third and caught. One pitch and one out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
second home run of the game, and they boost their lead. It's 16-5.
For a player with top-tier power, this is just another day at the office. Always a threat to send one out. I just don't know how you're supposed to pitch to him.
One down. Next to hit, Archie Hamilton. 3 for 3 with a pair of home runs and a single. That's whipped. Base hit. And that's a one-out single. Man at first, one away. Fly ball down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul.
Oh, it's a really good pass to the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way just to travel a hair more.
That one to first, and foul ball. An uncharacteristic mistake from a really good defensive player. And the 0-2. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run! A two-run shot. Second home run of the inning for them. And they tack on to their lead. It's 18-5.
Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hit just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it. Carried out nicely.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Tim Hill done for the day. And as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. New pitcher for the Yankees, Robbie Ray. Next is the designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida. That one's in there, 0-1. That one hit to right. And it one-hops the wall. And the hits just keep on coming.
Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. One down. Ripped, but it curls foul. Yoshida, the base runner at first with one out. Foul ball still 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. The 0-2. And he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw. There's one to first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, that was clearly a double play ball, but the bobble unfortunately prevented him from being able to get to it. But a good job to stay with it and make sure you got at least one.
Now it's bolted. Deep to left. Way out of here. Home run. A two-run homer. Their third home run of the inning. And they add on. It's 20-5.
He's flexing his power with another home run. Not surprising when you've got that kind of power. But always impressive going deep twice in the same game.
Andrew Monasterio up next for the Red Sox. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two down, nobody on. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Deep left field, and forget it. Another one. Back-to-back homers. And they add to their lead. It's 21-5.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. That'll do it for Robbie Ray. Fernando Cruz gets the ball now.
Fernando Cruz.
And that one hammered. It has the distance gone. They've hit another. His second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 22-5.
Back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. The pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not. But I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout and try to slow down this offense.
Here's the third baseman, Phoebe Murphy. That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. And their hot hitting continues.
They kept her in the yard that time, but all she's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this player.
Line drive, base hit right field. And out to a board.
Well, this has been a really nice game at the plate for her. She looks locked in. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Now a chance for Archie Hamilton. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. But they score 7 times to blow this thing open. We're headed to the 5th. Boston's out in front, 22-5. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. We go to the top of the 5th. Well, it's been a fun game for fans who love homers. These teams are teeing off, as we can see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it seems like days like this get pitchers questioning their life choices, Boog. Any fan who goes for a bathroom break is at risk of missing another dinger. goodness. I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a ground ball. And that's just foul. That one ripped left field. Back there. And that one is out of here. And they cut into the deficit.
There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority. He got that up and out of here.
That one hit the knees for a strike.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Got him looking. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Going back on this one. And caught on the warning track.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
So it's their last chance in this one. And now it's going to be Alan Flynn.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Suarez is just one strike away. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. The 0-2. Swing and a bouncer. Save!
No, he's
fantastic effort, but that extends the inning.
Boog, he doesn't care how he does it. He just wants to get on base. And when he does, that puts him in a position to do some damage, put some pressure on the defense as well. His wheels are truly a weapon out there.
Strike 2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Flynn leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And he'll put it away. Ball game. And the Red Sox take this one in a blowout.
Well, as much action as there was in this one, really impressive performance from the bats on the winning side. They gave up quite a few runs, but they still blew them out of the water. They have to be feeling pretty good about themselves offensively right now.
So this one got a little out of hand. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.